Hello friends, Sero here on a journey of becoming myself, Sero to Sero. Hope you're well and hope you and your family had an awesome time celebrating the new year. New Year 2022. What a year that we get to look forward to. Yes, with uncertainty, yes, with so many question marks, but we are also the people that we get to hold on to who God says that He is, with an exclamation point. And trust me, I struggle with that more than I would like to admit. I often pray for the Lord to change my question marks into exclamation point and such. But then the Lord often has me hold on to the question mark as they are. And part of this journey of just ending 2021 to 22, that for me started with planning a trip to be in South Korea for a couple months of this year, as well as getting myself here. So just different things, logistics I had to work through. And with COVID being what still is, there were a lot of uncertainties of different possibilities. And I found myself in month of December kind of caught up in my own worries. You know, what if, and all the ifs. Am I doing this right? Is it supposed to be? You know, all just a lot of questioning. And in ways the Lord just gently sat with me and invited me to recognize my own worries that I've had, as well as learn to surrender some of them. Like recognize some I can't change. Some I could be prepared as much as I can and see it how it plays and embark on the journey as is. And as I was planning this trip to be in South Korea, part of my concern was, what would the quarantining look like? There's a cost involved, you know, would I be able to actually go directly to where I will be spending most of my time in South Korea and quarantine there, etc. And what would that look like? And so just a lot of ifs, and you know, at times my preparedness or desire to control get the best of me, and with my illusion of control, I was caught up in watching and researching all these, you know, this is my experience on YouTube, or this is how it has been, and from worst to best and in between, and me just being like, what's gonna happen? And I also had to kind of let that go of, okay, some parts I could prepare myself mentally and just kind of hold things loosely best as I can. Lord, would you take my worries away? I am consumed by my worries. Lord, would you take my worries away? Would you allow me to open my hands and just surrender what I feel like are in my hands and just let it be? So I did actually get to travel on New Year's Eve and get here on New Year's Day. That could have been part of the grace that I received with the flight being relatively empty, so I had the whole road to myself. So I actually, you know, lay down. I sat whichever seat I wanted at times, of whether that is me just, you know, watching the clouds outside, or watching a movie, or just laying down still with the seatbelt on, you know, just kind of enjoying the ride as I can. And from then on, I also experienced so many ways how God's hands were already in it. Not to say if it didn't work out the way I hoped, as the best case scenario, that His hands are not on it. But in ways, it just made me see how much, compared to how much I was worried, how much favor, how much grace I was able to receive in my travel, just made me kind of laugh at the fact I was so consumed by my own worries, as if I could change anything, as if I could, you know, in ways control everything. And I guess that's my illusion of control that God had allowed me to kind of see and reflect and surrender and let Him be who He is. as I am on my second day of quarantining out of the 10 full days that will be quarantining inside. I am thankful that there is a view of the ocean view right behind me, that I get to just intake every morning, and just let God in ways surprise me in the quarantine. I had a friend who reminded me in this journey that wherever I get to quarantine, and even with all my worries, maybe that's where God wants me to be. And maybe that is as anywhere where God will meet me in, if I'm willing, right? So as I reflect on how I ended the year 2021, and I'm repenting for the ways that I was so captivated by worries when He calls me to live boldly, knowing Him and trusting Him more, learning to be still, and allow each day to bring its own surprise, its own grace, favor, as our loving Father, our loving Good Shepherd leads and loves each and every one of us. So what is that for you? How are you starting the new year? What are you expected of? Even with the uncertainties of our days, which allows us to just be more awakened to the fact that He's the one who's in control. How is the Lord awakening your wonder today and for this year? So thank you for being part of my journey of becoming. 고맙습니다.